Hey guys, so I realized we haven't done a photography tutorial yet, so I figured let's try to do some product photography with ordinary stuff that we have lying around the house. So what I ended up going with is a book, Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was pretty simple, and it's only got red and white and some tan colors to it, so it's kind of what I wanted to go for, is a red and white look to this. So like I said, our main focus will be the book. What I kind of want to do is I definitely want a candle, so I found this lying around the house. And then I also found this. This is a fake, actually electronic candle that you can turn on from the back. So if you turn that on, with minimum light, that could look really cool. And I found this old glass lying around. So what we'll do is we'll fill this up with some cranberry juice and make it look like wine or maybe even blood. Our focus will still be the book. We want to make sure that we don't overcomplicate the scene with too many things. Realized we're out of cranberry juice, so gonna run to the gas station, quickly grab some. Oh, I should probably put on my seatbelt too. Okay, bye. Alright, here's the mission. Go in, grab cranberry juice, get out. In and out, quick, go. They did not have cranberry juice, but I ended up getting cranberry, apple, raspberry. That sounds pretty good. And it's still kind of red, so we'll make it work. We got our book. We got a few things to place around it. I'm going to switch to the 85mm lens, which is an interesting lens for product photography. Normally you want like a macro lens, something like that, but figured we'd do a different take on product photography this time and just show that you can use different types of lenses for different types of looks. So let's try it. So first thing I did was place a black board behind our scene because I want everything to be kind of dark and really wanted a black background. After that, I kind of just placed the different things that we have, the glass, the candles, in different angles and see what was looking good and what wasn't. Really kind of just experimenting in this part, trying to see what angles might look cool and what might not look so good. So what we're going to want to do next, we turned off the lights. I kind of want it dark and moody. So as you guys know, I have these blue lights that are usually on overhead. I'm going to change them to red really quick, and it'll kind of add to the color scheme that we're trying to go for. So we made everything red now. I did leave one of the lights kind of a purplish blue just because I liked that look. Shouldn't come in too much, and we didn't want to make the whole scene too red. And hopefully we'll have the candlelight and the artificial candlelight kind of warm it up as well when we're taking pictures. So here we have our scene, pretty dark and moody and pretty simplistic. I do apologize for the camera quality. It was, like I said, very dark. And here we see my camera is mounted and got a cool angle, and just gonna take a picture here. I kind of wanted one with the book standing up, so what I actually did was I stood the book up, and because it was having some hard time standing up on its own, I placed the artificial candlelight behind it and kind of leaned the book up against it. What that did was it made the shot simpler, also illuminated the glass on the left hand side, and also kind of lit the background behind the book. And then this was me just turning off all the lights and seeing what that would look like too with just the candlelight. So now that we got some pictures, let's take these into Adobe Lightroom and see what we can do with them. Now that we're in Lightroom, what I first did was, of course, frame the shot and make sure it's straight and crop it the right way. And then next, I just played around a lot with the contrast, the highlights, and the shadows, just those basic things that you usually are working with. Also increase the texture a little and the clarity. This is the shot where all the lights were closed, so the only light in the shot was the candlelight. And I thought this one actually looked kind of cool. I also changed the profile to Adobe Color. Usually I have it at neutral for like landscape photography. Here I took the curve and kind of pushed the left side up, and it gives me this really cool faded look that I absolutely love. And next I played around a lot with the saturation of the orange and the red. I turned everything else down because again I really just wanted a red and white and black look. I also made the hue a little different and changed it to more of a crimson color and then warmed it back up. I also wanted to get rid of that light reflection at the bottom, so just put a filter down there and lower the exposure. And there's our picture. Our next one, this is clearly the one with the red lights on. What I was going for with this picture is kind of a very red tone. Kind of reminded me of if you've ever seen Blade, the movie, vampire movie that came out in the 90s. Everything was just very black and red. So that's what I went for here. Again, initially had to crop it and then change the colors and then change that curve and give it that faded look. And I also changed the curve on the blue line just because I felt like it was too warm in the shadows. And this looks more like a vintage black, and then messed around with the colors a little. Again, desaturated all of them except for the red. Lowered the luminance, increased the orange luminance just a bit to bring back the where it said Dracula, because I was kind of lost. And then here what I'm doing is lowering the exposure and the highlights and the whites on the candle holder and the glass, just so I could give so I could make the subject, the book, stand out a little bit more. So I'll lower those highlights, and then I'll end up doing one more filter over the book itself and increasing the highlights and the clarity on that just a bit to make it stand out more. And this one came out like this, again super red, and I kind of liked it. Like, reminded me a bit of the movie Blade. So these are just a few other pictures that I took. Again, just trying to show that you don't need a whole lot to create cool pictures, especially for product photography. Just use what you got. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. I also hope you guys learned a few things and liked seeing a quick glimpse at how I edit my pictures. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the next one.